Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. What's good, peeps? Hope y'all doing good this afternoon. Hope everybody doing good. We got Barrios in the house. Let's go, let's go. What's good, peeps? Hope y'all doing good this afternoon. Good, Barrios. Link 2K1. I'm technically Tim. Hope everybody doing good. Who else we got? Barrios in the house. Let's go, let's go. What's good, peeps? Can you guys hear me? I want to make sure y'all can hear me loud and clear. I'm technically Tim. Hope everybody doing good. Make sure I don't hear any feedback. What about you? Can you guys hear me? I want to make sure y'all can hear me loud and clear. I'm technically Tim. Make sure I don't hear any feedback. What about you? Can you guys hear me? I want to make sure y'all. All right, there we go. Can you hear me? Jamie said, kind of low. I'm going to raise it up a little bit. Pause. There we go. What about now? Can you hear me loud and clear? Little echo. I think the echo is going to go away. All right. There we go. Can you hear me? Let me know if you hear the echo. Jamie said, kind of low. I'm going to raise it up. You hearing double? All right. Pause. Let me kill the double. There we go. What about now? Can you hear me loud and clear? Bear with me for 1 second. Little echo. I think the echo is going to go away. All right, there we go. Let me know if you hear the echo. Speakers, microphone. You hearing double? All right, let me kill the double. Y'all know how this shit be, man. Bear with me for 1 second. Sound good for a little bit. I think the echo is going to go away. So you got a little echo? All right. Let me know if you hear the echo. Speakers, microphone. You hearing double? All right, let me kill the double. Y'all know how this shit be, man. All right, just 1 second. I know y'all hearing the double. Sound good for a little bit. I think the echo is going to go. So you got a little echo? All right. Let me know if you hear the echo. Speakers, microphone. You hearing double? All right, let me kill the double. Y'all know how this shit be, man. All right, just 1 second. I know y'all hearing the double. Sound good for a little bit. I swear, man, everything be fine. And the moment you're ready to go live, it's some bullshiggity. I'm not, hey, Barrios, I'm not trusting that God of War rumor. And motherfuckers just be making up some shit now. That's why I don't trust stuff. No. It's some bullshiggity. I'm not, hey, Barrios, I'm not trusting that God of War rumor. And Motherfuckers just be making up some shit now. That's why I don't trust stuff. No. It's some bullshiggity. I think I know. Hey, Rarios, I'm not trusting that God of War run. And motherfuckers just be making up some shit now. That's why I don't trust stuff. It's some bullshiggity. Hey, I'm finna call y'all out. I'm just trying to take care of the take care of that little echo we got. So just bear with me real quick. Hey, I'm finna call y'all out. I'm just trying to take care of the take care of that little echo we got. All right, I'm finna call your name, man. We got Brarios in the house. Link 2K1, my brother. I'm technically Tim. Craig Harris in the house. Big facts, brother. Hey, hopefully the new Mass Effect got UE5. By that time, they'll work out all the bugs and all the crappy stuff that's going on with Unreal Engine 5. We got Brarios in the house. Veteran Prime in the house. Harlem PS Gamer. Craig Ghost, my brother. Ghost in the garage. What's good, my fellow Lamborghini owning brother. Mario Heath. Who else we got? Post up is Lil Rodney Son. Said I hear Buck on his thoughts on Halo PS5 edition. Yeah, we'll talk about it, man. Hopefully, if Buck and everybody else, Heath and all those guys come through, then you know, I'll open up the Discord and y'all can hear what they got to say. B Carter is legit is in the house. What's good, my brother? Hope everything good with you. D510, Chris Bosch, Phil Bosch, Colin and Sama. And all those guys come through, then rumors say Combat Evolve will be ported to the PS5. Hey, we're gonna talk about it. B Carter is legit is in the house. What's good, my brother? The echo is back. All right, let me work on that then. Let me work on that. Chris Bosch, Phil Bosch. I'll work on the echo while y'all just jam out for a little bit, just for a second. Rumors say Combat Evolve will be ported to the PS5. Hey, we're gonna talk about it. Carter is legit. Is good. Let's see. The echo is back. All right, let me work on that then. Let me work on that. Chris Bosch, Phil Bosch. I'll work on the echo while y'all just jam out for a little bit, just for a second. Rumors say Combat Evolve will be ported to the PS5. Hey, we're gonna talk about it. Carter is legit. Let's see. The echo is back. All right, let me work on that then. Let me work on that. Chris Bosch, Phil Bosch. I'll work on the echo while y'all just jam out for a little bit, just for a second. Rumors say Combat Evolve will be ported to the PS5. Hey, we're gonna talk about it. Echo and a delay. All right, I'm gonna kill my NVIDIA broadcast, and we're just gonna run it how we're gonna run it. Echo and a delay. All right, I'm gonna kill my NVIDIA broadcast, and we're just gonna run it how we're gonna run it. Echo and a delay. All right, I'm gonna kill my NVIDIA broadcast, and we're just gonna run it how we're gonna run it. Echo and a delay. All right, I'm gonna kill my NVIDIA broadcast, and we're just gonna run it how we're gonna run it. Testing, testing. Can y'all hear me now? Is it smooth? Can you guys hear me? Taryn, I see you, brother. Can you hear me loud and clear? Testing, testing. Somebody put a 1 or something in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. Portal Forever says loop now. Can you hear me? Can you guys make sure you guys can hear me just right? Taryn, I see you, brother. Can you hear me loud and clear? Do you hear the double? Am I good to go? Can I continue calling everybody out? Somebody put a 1 or something in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. Portal Forever says there we go. Can you hear me? There we go. We got it going, man. The Ruham in the house. I make babies. All right. Do you hear the double? Terrence Singh, my brother. Portal Forever, appreciate you, man. Tool Man in the house. Creedge, what's good, my brother? What's good? Listen, we got about 34 people in here. It's going to increase little by little. We'll get up to maybe 250, maybe 300, depending. I know there's a couple other podcasts going on. Y'all know me. I don't like to step on toes. But I really want to put my opinion out here, especially since we didn't have a podcast over with Next Gen 720 channel. And we'll be going live on Wednesday, either Tuesday or Wednesday over at Portal Rock. So y'all know me, I don't like to step on toes. Michael was good, my brother. He said double and echo. Oh man, I don't listen, man. I don't know what the hell with Next Gen 720 channel. There's double and there's an echo. Wednesday, either Tuesday. That is crazy. Well, let me just run it without the broadcast software. Double see if that works. What about now? Can you guys hear me now? Is there a double now? Is there an echo now? What's up, J-Dub? Bots out here tripping. Big facts. Big facts. There's an echo. Oh man, echo. Where could that echo be coming from? All right, let me try this here. Okay. I got my brother Blaze calling in. Give me 1 second. Try this here. Okay. I got my brother Blaze calling in. Shout out to my brother Blaze. He said I'm not echoing anymore. Good. I don't have to do anything. All right. Sam Walter, my brother, the Ruham. Yeah, the echo is gone. Good shit. Shout out to my brother Blaze. He said I'm not echoing anymore. What else we got here? Big Stout, my brother. Brian East, J. Lou, I see you. Sam Walter, my brother. Immortal Black, my brother. Gorilla, I see you. Of course, we got my brother Blaze in the house. Listen, y'all, there's some things I wanted to talk about today. Link, I see you, brother. Hey, Link, if you want, man, I'll open up the Discord in a minute. You can jump in there anytime, brother. My brother Blaze in the house. Big Stout said, no, it's back. Listen, oh, man. There's some things I wanted to talk about today. Tell you what, let me, I see you, brother. Hey, Link, if you want, man, I'll open up the Discord in a minute. You can jump in there anytime, brother. Big Stout said, no, it's back. Let me do something real quick. Let me open up Discord. Tell you what, maybe if I open up another app, that'll get it. If you want, man, just 1 second. Y'all know I hate all this technical difficulty bullshit. You know what, Blaze? I had the stream up. I closed the browser. I close the browser. But I think it's as good as it's gonna get at this point. You know what I'm saying? All right. So Link, if you want, you and Stout, if y'all want, man, y'all can jump in this Discord. Blaze, you know you always welcome if you want to as well. I just want to talk about a few things. Most importantly, I want to talk about the Halo stuff. But before we get to the Halo stuff, I want to ask you guys if you guys have ever heard any rumors, right? Any rumors about God of War going to Xbox? Because today was the first time I've ever heard of anything about God of War going to Xbox. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. There's some fine gentlemen in this gaming creation community that said this stuff, and I just want to make sure I wouldn't bug it. I want to make sure Jim Ryan didn't leave us with an L before he left. But rumor has it, funds, that God of War is coming to Xbox. And I want to get y'all take on that. What do y'all think? You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to listen to this, right? Listen to this loud and clear.
Max goes on to say, "I'm sorry. All I see is multi-plat friendly engine. The day this was decided will be remembered as the day Xbox started." Super chat. Maxi goes on to say, "I'm sorry. All I see is multi-plat friendly engine. The day this was decided will be remembered as the day Xbox started dying." Some people in the press
his name,
were
Mr.
saying
Broomstick?
that it is being
is it Boomstick or Broomstick?
That a Halo might go over the place.
I mean, maybe he has some information that we don't have. I'm just saying. Maybe there's just some information that he has that we don't have. I don't know. Anyway, y'all know y'all got to keep me, afloat. Y'all got to let me know exactly what's going on out there. I don't want to be out there fighting a good fight with two hands behind my back. But of course, some people say, "Oh, that's just Boomstick. Don't worry, he always say the crazy shit." Yeah. So here's the thing. If these Xbox guys don't buy the consoles, if they don't buy the games, then Satya is going to say, "Why are we making this hardware? Why are we doing this?" But some way, they seem to think that because Microsoft, the corporation, has a lot of money, that they can just waste all this money indefinitely. And they probably can. But the problem is will they? Because something has happened within the last 6 months. The last 6 months to a year, something has happened. It seems like Microsoft is worried more now about Xbox's finances than they ever did. You've heard Phil Spencer come out recently and say that Microsoft gave them some money and they spent the money and they got to make their money back. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't make the money back, what's going to happen? Like, seriously, what's going to happen? I mean, I don't think, I would like to think that Xbox will still be around, but I can't say that. I just can't say that for sure. Would you keep making a console that nobody's buying? And some of these guys are super delusional. People are not buying the console now. 2 consoles. And if you're not buying the consoles right now, the 2 of them that you got, why would Satya keep investing money in it? Just so you can console war and not support the platform? Like, that just makes no sense. I think that good fight is over. They have it in their minds that in 2026 they're going to get a brand new console, so Microsoft can so they can be like in the 360 days and get a head start on PlayStation. Here's my thing. They had what, a year, 2-year head start in the 360 generation? Their console was like $200, $300 cheaper than the PS3. Sony had all the hacks and everything else going on, and they still came back and beat Xbox. So you getting a head start in 2 years is not going to change anything. And I honestly believe you can take a new Xbox and pit it against the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro, and Xbox will still lose. It don't matter how much power you have. None of that shit matters. This is 2 generations in a row that Xbox has had the world's most powerful console, and it didn't change anything. As a matter of fact, it got worse. You know what I'm saying? It got worse. I just personally, I don't know. I don't know what these dudes thinking about. I don't know what I just don't know. And I'm trying to come at it from an angle as, what do you expect? You know, like Boomstick and them, they go out there, they say all this stuff, and it doesn't lead to any more sales. And that's why recently Microsoft went ahead and they killed the ambassador program. Think about it. You're flying these guys out, you're giving them free shit, you're giving them free Game Pass, you're giving them free games, you're flying them out, you're whining and dining them, but your Xbox sales isn't going up. What good is it to have people online and in podcasts to just lie and tell you Xbox is great, the sales are great, the games are great, and feel is great, and everything is great, but then the numbers come out every month and we see it's worse than it has ever been? That's what I don't understand. You know, I just find that to be really crazy. You know, if, for example, there's a lot of PlayStation guys. They got upset at Sony for killing the Japan studio. Oh my God, why did y'all kill Japan studio? Blah, blah, blah. You know, they were upset. And I'm not saying they can't be upset. You can always be upset. But when you go back and look at the games that Japan Studio made and look at the engagement and the sales of those games and look at how many games they put out recently, they really didn't put out anything recently. They really didn't do anything. And if Sony got to fund all these people, you got to fund this studio, you got to pay salaries, and these guys aren't producing anything, then you know what's going to happen? They're probably going to close that studio. Not just because you close the studio don't mean you're gonna get rid of everybody. I think what a lot of those people did, Sony just shifted them over into other studios. There's some people that went to Team Asobi, just Astrobot right here. There's some people that went to some other studios. So, but just having a bunch of studios just to have them and they're not producing anything, like what good is that? Yo, London studios, they hadn't made anything since the PSVR 1, 10 years ago. So why would you keep funding that? You see what I'm saying? So I personally, I wasn't really that upset. Like, okay, what have they done for me lately? They ain't cranking out no games, then okay. And then what came out of that? You got games like Astrobot. Like right now, this game is probably going to end up winning Game of the Year. Or at least in contention. Right? A 94 Metacritic game. I'd rather them do that to just sit dormant doing nothing. That's all I'm saying. But I digress. I just, you go and watch, some of these Xbox guys, and I'm not, listen, just because I mentioned them, they're not bad people, right? I don't want to demonize them. These guys are good people. It's either they're misinformed, ill-informed, or they're trying to misinform you. Two things that I look for when it comes to success. That's one. Is the studio and the company happy about their product? If they're happy, who cares how many copies it sells, right? If it sells 5 copies in the studio and the company happy, then that was their benchmark. That's what they wanted. 2, reception. When it comes to reception and sales, right? Gamers speak with their wallets. So they will take their money and say, I want to support this game. I deem it worthy. Bam. That's how it's not all of this on YouTube, on Twitter. None of that stuff matters. That's why I keep telling people. We say, oh yeah, I'm not going to buy this, I'm not going to buy that. But then you see these sales for Hogwarts Legacy, right? Go through the roof. Like gamers speak with their wallets. But then you see people, in the Xbox community, you see games like Hellblade 2. Oh, it's the best looking game ever. It's the greatest game ever. It should be a Game of the Year contender. But then you see like 95% of them didn't even beat the first boss. They didn't even get that trophy, that achievement. It's a game that's free inside of Game Pass. If you didn't even have the audacity to just download it and try it, shout out to the Dark Lord. He said, I call the Xbox community the window shoppers. Oh, man. I'm just saying. If you speak with your wallets, man, that'll tell you everything. Now, here's the thing. Everybody will tell you Game Pass is the best deal in gaming. But it stayed stagnant for like 7 years. Even right now, it's still stagnant. They got to find a way to increase it. And since it didn't increase the way that they needed it to increase, now you got the games going to PlayStation. And then eventually the Switch too. And that leads us to the discussion we're going to have today. Let's talk about Windows Central for a second. Shout out to J.S. Corden. He does a lot of work over there at Windows Central. He lets the Xbox guys know what's going on. He uses his insiders and stuff like that, according to him. I got a question. His batting average isn't looking too good. When the rumors came out about Halo Infinite, canceling the battle royale and switching the engines to Unreal Engine 5 and being delayed and all that stuff. And Jez said, for those asking, none of this is accurate. And come to find out, it's all been true. It's all true. All of those rumors about Xbox, all of that stuff is true. Y'all remember? Like literally 30 minutes. It was like an hour. I'm just going to say an hour. Before Phil came out and said that 4 games are coming to PlayStation, Jez tweeted out, games are not coming to PlayStation. That's a pipe dream. That's a fanboy's pipe dream. Then an hour later, Phil came out and said, yeah, we got 4 games. Then 2 months later, he said, yeah, you got more coming. I'm just saying, you know, he's connected to, supposed to be connected to Microsoft and Phil and all of them. How, you know, he also said, I believe, and I don't want to put this on him, but I believe he also said that Final Fantasy and those games are coming to Xbox. And Final Fantasy, like, it's been 5, 6, 7 years already. It's been a long time since the original Final Fantasy VII remake came out. That game has yet to see Xbox. Final Fantasy 16 has yet to see it. Rebirth has yet to see it. Now, as a matter of fact, Phil Spencer and Sarah Bunn was just seen 2 weeks ago in Japan. And you know what they was doing? You know what they was doing? They were playing a PlayStation 5 Pro. They were playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So what happened is these guys get hyped up because of all of these rumors. Well, JS has an insider and Boomstick has an insider and Hargeet has an insider and somebody said this, and none of this shit ever come to fruition. And the sad part about it is Final Fantasy 14, the online, the MMO, actually went to Xbox, but nobody partaked. Crisis Core, they made a copy for Xbox, and nobody partaked. So my thing is, if these companies are seeing you, you know, hype up these games. Oh my God, I want this game. I want this game. But they bring it to your platform and you don't buy it. Why in the hell would they ever? Why do you keep asking for stuff you're not going to support? And no, this stuff is not coming in the Game Pass. Phil does not want to fund all of this stuff. It's bad enough there's only like 20 to 25 million of you guys out there left. And you guys misunderstand, right? The whole Square Enix deal. Just because they say that they're gonna open up their games to like the least platform. You have the Xbox is the least selling platform out there. You would be the last people to get it. When they spoke about that, it means PC and potentially even Twitch too. If that thing is able to run these games. But Xbox, I don't think that there's any developer out there right now that's actively thinking about Xbox. There's a lot of games skipping the platform completely. Like, it's not even Sony money hatting it or anything. It's just people like, nah, we good. It's bad when developers are like, nah, we good. We'll just stick to PlayStation, Nintendo, and PC. That's crazy. And you think a game like Horizon Lego, It's a Lego game, right? So you think that's going everywhere. It's not even going to Xbox. That thing probably can't even run on the Series S. It's going to have ray tracing. It's going to have all of that stuff. It's just, it's very unfortunate that I just think Xbox is just in a very unfortunate situation. They try to tackle the high end. They try to tackle the low end. But I think the problem was everybody gravitated to the low end. And when you do that, you're telling the company, nah, we don't care about high end. We don't care about the power. So guess what? Your next console that if they decide to make one, I doubt they try to tackle that high end market again. This is why they're advertising Amazon Fire Sticks and web browsers. Hell, even PlayStation at this point. Just saying. Johnny Gaming, I'm with you, brother. November the 7th. I can't wait. Listen, we're 30 days away. 30 days away, man. Man, I can't wait. I did a little shopping this weekend. I'm ready for it. Pause. So we had some news yesterday. Speaking of Halo and Xbox games going to PlayStation, we had some news, and I saw a tweet by my brother Post Up, and apparently Halo, several things going on with Halo. Apparently they changed the name of the studio. They're switching their engines. They're getting rid of that slip space engine. And apparently one of the reasons they moved is because they have it's cheaper to it's easier to make games for other platforms. Now, mind you, Halo is already on PC and Xbox. So what are these other platforms? What are these other platforms? And if you see from my brother Post Up in his post, I guess he watched that video and saw what they said. He said he's excited, but the first thing that came to mind is a multiplat engine. Yep. An engine that can run on other hardware, other platforms. Now, there's no doubt in my mind. Shout out to Jose. What's good, brother? He said PS5 Pro enhanced. Big fact. There is no doubt in my mind, guys. None whatsoever. That a version of Halo will come to PlayStation. It just makes sense. Now, there's already been rumors a while back talking about Halo Infinite multiplayer coming to PlayStation. They talked about the Halo Master Chief Collection coming to PlayStation. Everborn, my brother, what's good? What's good? What's good? Listen, I don't know which one is coming. But where there's smoke, there's fire. We know Gears is already UE5. They talked about that. I don't know. And I heard some people say, yeah, it'll come, but it won't be day and date. I'm under the mindset that at this point in time, Xbox doesn't have that good grace. You know how PlayStation has that good grace where they can say, yeah, our games is not going day and date to PC. Well, you can give them that grace, right? Because they've yet to do it with their major first party games, right? They do it with the live service games and stuff like that. That's understandable. even some of their remakes, right? That's understandable. So they get that good grace, but Xbox doesn't get that good grace because they're struggling. And I know I'm going to get some pushback from this. No, they're not. They're making so much money and blah, 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 blah. Listen, don't blame me, man. It ain't my fault. All of these analysts, month after month, listen. Your girl Amy Hood has spoken. Satya Nadella have spoken. Phil Spencer have spoken. They're in a unique position. They got to get this money back. They spent $100 billion with a B. The Xbox console is not selling. The reason why you want the console to sell so there'll be more people in your install base. Right? If there's only 20 to 25 million Xbox console gamers, where are all the other people coming from? You have to look to PC, you have to look to mobile, you have to look to web browsers, Samsung TVs, blah, 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 on and on and on, right? The more the merrier. You just can't say, oh, yeah, the console isn't selling good, but it doesn't matter. Like, no, it matters. It matters. Man Overboard said that Halo PS5 is dirty work. Big facts, brother. Big facts. Hey, man, I had to steal that. But I will tell you this. We need to distinguish two things. One, what they showed us was a concept. It wasn't a game. It wasn't footage from the game. It was a concept. They said it, right? It was called Project Foundry. Basically, they're working with UE5 and they're making some concepts of how things could end up. And I caution that. And the reason I caution that, because they did the same thing with a bunch of other games, right? They show you these tech demos and everybody go crazy. And then the game come out and it looks nothing and it plays nothing like that. So just temper your expectations. Two, at this point, if you're an Xbox only gamer, there's only two options you got, right? Either you can go the PC route or you can go the PlayStation route. And it's okay to do other. You don't have to stay on a Xbox platform. You don't have to. King Shaq, big facts, brother. Big facts. I just don't understand. Like, and I know a lot of these guys say, oh, I own a PS5. I own them. Well, if you own a PS5, why you be so mad and upset about the decisions that Satya Nadella, Amy Hood, Sarah Bond, and Phil Spencer make? Why does that make you so mad? Those days of competing console and game for game, those days are over. One thing you probably can blame yourself is for supporting consolidation, because that's what that $100 billion deal was for. Or deals, right? Because you got ZeniMax, that was huge. That was $7, $8, $10 million. The ABK deal was what, $70 million? Those are huge things. And Microsoft right now currently owns more publishers and studios than Nintendo and Sony combined. And yet, here we are with only one game released this year. And that's Hellblade 2. But I digress. But even my brother Post Up, as you can see from the tweet on the screen, even he said the first thing that came to his mind is a multiplat engine. He know where this is going. He knows where this is going. He see the writing on the wall. As a matter of fact, let me show y'all this. according to Time Warren, and he, by the way, he said this like 2 years ago. He tweeted this today, but I'm going to read to you exactly what he tweeted prior. He said, just a reminder, I reported on some future Halo stuff in my Notepad newsletter in June. He said, one game that is being considered for release on PS5 is Halo. Man, I'm not going to lie, just reading that sent some chills through my body. Let me read that again. One game that is considered for release is on PS5 is Halo. Sources tell me that Microsoft is working on some form of Halo Combat Evolved remaster that is also being considered for Rivals platform. I don't expect Microsoft to announce during a showcase. It's early days for this remaster. Yeah, this could come next year, right? Maybe that's a step. The first game with UE5. Maybe it's Halo Master Chief Collection. That'll get the PlayStation guys warmed up to what Halo is about, if they don't already know. But it's a great place to start. Then you'll follow up with some of the other Halos. What if they had a Halo package, right? Heath, my brother Heath, what's good? Hope you're doing good, brother. You, of course, as the Discord is open if you want to come get your bars off. I'm just saying. I'm not making this stuff up. They talked about this before. This stuff isn't new, guys. There's always been rumors about some of these games. Forza was another one. Remember, that's when Hargeet said, stop, enough. Phil, if you're listening, stop. Just stop it. Stop porting these games. First it was 4 games. Then it was more. One thing I will say, okay, hold on 1 second, guys. We got my man Heath, the Heathen Stevens.
What up, man?
Hey, how's it going, man? Let me, your mic is low. Let me turn you up. Can you hear me now, Heath?
Yeah, I hear you good.
All right, we good. Hold on. Let me say something, Heath.
Yeah. What's up?
There we go. I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, that shit's wild, man.
Yeah.
We weren't expecting that news to come out of the Halo Championship Series. Like right at the end, they came out with that, that trailer with that shit showing the Unreal Engine 5 stuff and talking about,
Yeah.
So that's something.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm excited. Can you imagine?
And then that Combat Evolved rumor is probably true then.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine Halo not only coming out on PlayStation, but Halo being the best place to play Halo is on a PlayStation?
Just like Diablo.
My God. Yeah, Diablo. The best place to play
Ferguson already said it, yeah.
Yeah. Not only that, we got Doom, we got Indiana Jones, all of these games. The best place to play will be PlayStation.
And like you said, next year is supposed to be Forza early, and then there's supposed to be what was the second? Starfield.
Yeah.
And then the rumors were the Halo stuff that they were doing something with Halo. You know what I mean? But that was after. It was going to be late.
Well, one thing I want to caution too is it's not that Phil or Satya just say okay, do it, and then it happens overnight. They actually have to get a port studio or get some of their developers to actually port it. So that stuff takes time, right? That stuff takes months, maybe a year. Hell, maybe 2 years.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that it's not coming.
And with them going Unreal, that says a lot. You know what I mean? They're not sticking with slip space or nothing like that. So that means, you know, it has the ability to go everywhere.
Yeah. But I remember, Heath, and you remember too, when they announced that slip space engine, oh my God, it's supposed to be future compatible and it's the future. And,
Same thing.
And all of this shit, they overhype. And then it doesn't work out. Then it's like, yeah, we're going to go to Unreal Engine 5 because the old engine was dog shit. I'm like, where was this? Where was all this information prior?
Yeah, because whenever they showed slip space off for the first time, it looked good. But it was just all the cinematic tools pretty much with nothing else on it. So, of course, you can crank it up and make it look good.
Yeah.
But the game never looked anywhere near that because of Craig. You know what I mean? And if nobody would have said anything, he was going to ship it like that. Just like they screwed over Redfall. You know, that shit with Redfall.
Well, I want you to listen. What do you think about this? I want you to listen to my man Boomstick. See what he got to say.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not sure. Can y'all hear Boomstick?
I felt bad for him, and you know.
I don't know. Can y'all hear the audio?
Give me a second. It's catching up.
All right. The video is
No, I can't. No, we can't hear it.
All right. Give me a second. Let me reload the video. Because I definitely want y'all to hear Boomstick, what he said with this.
Maxie goes on to say, I'm sorry. All I see is multi-plat friendly engine.
Yeah, he's been saying wild shit.
The day this was decided will be remembered as the day Xbox started dying. Some people in the press were saying that it is being discussed that Halo might go over to PlayStation. And everybody's going to be doing it. It just happens to be Xbox is getting arrows now. When PlayStation officially puts God of War on Xbox, and they eventually will. And someone's going to clip me for it and say, "Oh, look at that Boomstick being super chat."
He says that God of War is coming to Xbox too. He thinks that all of Xbox games. He finally admitted that Xbox games are coming to PlayStation. But in his acceptance of that, he's saying Sony's going to do it too. They're going to put their games on Xbox. That's that copism 101.
That's delusion.
No, absolutely. Without a doubt.
They don't buy games. You know what I mean? Just like that Metaphor game's out. Well, they got to buy it. It ain't going to do shit on Xbox.
Yep.
They don't buy shit, but, you know, COD and the sports games and, you know what I mean? Madden, soccer, if they play that or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I just find it to be weird.
Yeah, that's weird. But he's been saying weird shit for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just find it to be really, really weird for whatever reason that, and you know what? Maybe, do you think he's saying all of this stuff for shock value? Or do you think he actually believes?
Yeah, just for engagement. He doesn't believe, he knows better. He's been around long enough. Yeah. He's telling himself that shit. He knows better, but he has a YouTube channel and he needs clicks. That's all come on.
See, that, what you just said, I can respect that. I can totally respect that. If a person knows, right? If you know it's bullshit and you just popping shit and having fun with it, I totally get it. I'm all for it. But some of these guys, I think, they really.
Well, yeah, him included in that. Like he passes himself off like he knows, and you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. He's misleading other idiots, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it is. Like, come on. Even D-Bats is like, yeah, enough's enough. So what does that tell you?
Yeah. Well, that's true. Well, let's see what Digital Foundry has to say, right? Because Digital Foundry, they got involved in this, and they did a article, whatever, and they said Halo on Unreal Engine. What Halo on Unreal Engine 5 means for PS5. From a multi-platform game development perspective, moving to Unreal Engine 5 would certainly be easier for a developer than porting across the existing slip space.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest reason they moved to UE5.
And you can get more devs because more devs know Unreal than any other engine.
Well, yeah, you can. The developers that you hire, they already know how to work with Unreal Engine, so.
Yep.
But if you hire them, then you got to teach them how to work with the slip space engine, and it just takes
and that
too
was
long.
The problem with their 18-month contracts, because by the time they learned, they were getting ready to leave. So then they couldn't be hired for so long after that, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But if they still got the same internal shit, nothing's going to change. Yeah, it's going to look better because it's on Unreal, but in the end, is it really going to be that much better? You know what I mean? It's still going to be an arena shooter, regardless.
Well, it kind of sounds like at least they're working on the management side of that. Things are working kind of. They've made some changes from the top.
Yeah,
so.
but we got to see it first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Bunny Ross isn't there.
Now the remakes, but she'll be back. She'll be back eventually, but she won't be there. She'll be somewhere else in Microsoft.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think the remakes, if they hire somebody, right, to port those, I think that could end up great and doing some major numbers, at least on PlayStation side. Don't forget, we got the Switch 2 coming. We don't know how powerful that thing is going to be. I'm pretty sure it'll be able to run Halo in some capacity.
Oh yeah, it should be, because they already said it's going to be like PS4 Pro, that level. So yeah, you can run all the Halo games. Yeah.
Well, I got somebody that just said something. Why are we not speaking about Gears? Well, if just hold on for 1 second, brother. I got that. I just want to get that out of the way. But
they haven't really, they haven't officially announced it yet. That's why.
Yeah. But if y'all can look at the
we
footage
know
now,
it might not come one day, but first day, but it's gonna come probably eventually.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say that I honestly think that there's a big chance Gears E-Day is going to launch on all platforms. That means PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. And don't forget that the NVIDIA stuff and Boosteroid and all of these other things. It's going to be available everywhere. Yeah. You don't spend that type of money for these games and not want your money back. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, they're going platform.
Xbox isn't enough. There's not enough of you out there. It's just not. You guys are so used to Game Pass. That's not pulling the money in. They're looking at PlayStation, gamers 5, 6, 7 million copies of different games. And they're looking at that at $70 a pop. And their gamers are willing to do
and
that.
Nintendo sales.
Absolutely. Nintendo sales as well.
But they got to get their quality better, too. They got to get their quality control, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Kalua Morales says, wow, can we not jump to conclusions? Just because Halo 5 is going to Unreal Engine 5 does not mean it's confirmed to come. Well, this is what I'll say. I'll say it's a high probability that Halo will come to PlayStation. And only because...
Yeah, they're not going to put that kind of money into that without getting some kind of return.
Yeah. I mean, what is this? I don't understand where there's a lot of people saying, yeah, Xbox games will go to PC, but it won't be the mainline games. It won't be the tentpole franchises. And I'm thinking, those are the games that would actually sell major numbers. Microsoft, Satya wants money. Yeah. He don't want the nickel and dime, the stuff that's not going to sell. Why would they spend money porting shit that's not going to sell? They tested out Sea of Thieves, Grounded, Hi-Fi Rush, and a few others.
That's their last. That's their last hold the line. You know what I mean? The big three. That's the last. The last ones that are left, they'll be there at the end. And as soon as Forza goes, as soon as they see Forza go, it's over.
Indiana Jones, Doom. Like, I mean, it's guys.
Diablo. Like, the guy from Diablo said that they're gonna have PS5 Pro enhancements.
Yeah.
So it's gonna.
Rod Ferguson went out yesterday bragging about Diablo being PS5 Pro enhanced. So you know it's gonna have all that ray tracing and all of that shit. Like, that's why I don't understand. Why stop? Why stop at Doom? Why stop at Indiana Jones?
They're not.
You know, Time Warren already put it out there. He already said he's been right about all of this stuff, guys. We know
what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
When's this happening? Now listen, it ain't gonna happen all at once. You're gonna get 4 to 6 games a year.
Yeah, it takes time to port.
You're not getting them all tomorrow, but they're coming.
Yeah. Trust me, they're working on the next 4 games. And you may not like the next 4 games that they're working on. Those next 4 games, it could very well be Halo, Gears, and Forza. We don't know just yet, but we know that they are working on it.
Yeah, rumor is the first one's going to be Forza, and then in the summer is going to be Starfield, and then after that could be Halo.
Can you imagine?
Combat Evolved or
can you imagine
whatever one?
Forza in VR on PS5 Pro. Can you imagine Halo with VR support on the PS5 Pro?
You know, Flight Sim with VR is coming.
Flight Simulator was according, I think, to Tom Warren or Jason Schreier or something. That was another one that they were working on. I'm just saying, guys. I'm not making this shit up, but and listen, like Killer said, well, until it's confirmed, Halo isn't going anywhere. Also, Doom was multi-platform before Microsoft bought Bethesda. True. That is true.
But they said Bethesda we're gonna be.
But what about
Starfield
too? Starfield was being worked on until Phil told them to stop.
After they bought Bethesda, yes, when they bought Bethesda, they said they're going to be exclusive. The only thing that changed it was when they bought ABK. That's what changed everything.
Yeah. That's just, I just don't understand the logic behind thinking that some games won't come. Like, everything is coming. Everything.
They're the biggest publisher. They're going to be a publisher.
Yes.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
Xbox Game Studios.
Now they're going to come out with hardware, but it ain't going to be competition for no console. It's going to be mobile chip or some bullshit. Like, it ain't going to be it's going to be more like PC.
What do you think? Right, because I don't know where this rumor came. Microsoft didn't say anything, but these guys have it in their head that they're going to get a next generation console in 2026.
That's just. I think that's because of the shit like we know about, that they have to meet those numbers by the end of that year.
Yeah,
I think that's what that is.
They got to be at 60 million Game Pass subscribers.
Listen, if they were coming out with a console, we'd know it.
Yeah,
we would fucking know it.
The specs would be leaked already and everything.
Yeah, we would know.
Matter of fact, the Nintendo Switch is launching next year, right? We've had specs on the Switch 2 like 2 years ago. Almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago, pretty much. Yeah.
Where are these? If Xbox is coming out, right? Where are these specs at? It's okay to say, man, that they're probably not going to do a traditional console. They're probably not going that way. And I know some people saying, well, no, they're going to make a console and it's going to have Steam on it. I mean, these guys are they're making up some crazy
not a console.
Shit.
That's PC. That's not a console. A console is a closed system that isn't open like that.
That can be
as soon
optimized.
as you open it up, That's how they're going to not be competition with PlayStation.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to make a stick, like a streaming device. That's what they want to do.
Remember, they was already working on it, but they couldn't get the price down to $99.
Yeah. But in a couple more years, you can, because that mid tier will be the what's high tier now. You know what I mean?
What if you take a Series S, shrink it down, right? Gut a lot of the parts out of it. Just make it where it's streaming capable, and take that like a little slot with that little SSD. You know, that Xbox SSD drive, the Seagate in the. Is it Seagate? I think it's Seagate in the Western Digital.
Yeah, Seagate.
Right? If it has that little slot there, and you can slide that little hard drive in there, and you can play some of your games native on it if you have that little SSD slot. But other than that, everything is streaming.
They're switching architecture. They're not going to, you know what I mean? They're going X64. That's been the rumor that's why she was talking about forward compatibility, because you have to, because you're moving to ARM.
Yeah.
Which is mobile. That's a mobile chip.
That's true. Man.
So, you know what I mean? It's going to be way underpowered. It's going to be they're trying to do streaming stick or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, or if they are going to make something, it's going to be more open, like a PC.
Yeah.
Like a NUC box or something like that. It's going to be something like that.
They got in their head that they're going to get this real powerful, because remember Sarah Bunn, she said most technologically advanced. Well, all of a sudden they went to, she didn't say powerful. She didn't say the world more powerful. Yep. She said technologically advanced. Now, when she said that, first thing I thought about was AI and cloud with the data centers, because, nothing can get more powerful than that. Somebody also said that it's going to be a handheld, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, I'm going to be honest, you couldn't sell a $299, $249 console. You couldn't sell a $499 console.
And there's not that many handhelds out there like people think.
Even if you add up the Steam
there's
Deck,
under 10 million. There's under 10 million.
It's if the last article I read that did the calculations, if you add up the ROG Ally, if you add up Steam Deck, if you add up the Legion
Claw,
Go,
MSI Claw,
all of them, you were sitting somewhere around 3 million total. So
they would just make an app that you can play it on your Apple or Android phone. That's what they're gonna do. Come on, that's what we know.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I just
because they were already supposed to have their mobile store open. Remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Sarah Bond said that there was
July.
Yeah. It's October already. It's going on November. Sheesh.
Hey, that Assassin's Creed Shadows probably isn't going to make it that launch.
Nah, I know they're going to push it back some more.
Even in February, they said it's all buggy and shit. So even if they do, it's going to be a buggy fucking mess.
Yeah.
And did you see they actually refunded everybody because they changed their, Outlaws was the last game to have that early access and gold shit and all that. Now the first DLC is included with AC Shadows.
Yeah.
Which that's cool. And then if you want the other ones, they'll be, they'll probably have all three of them bundled together for like $30 or something.
Yeah.
But that's not bad. That I'd rather have that than, I'd like the old premium, like Battlefield. They had the premium pass that you could get it if you wanted it. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I cannot wait for November the 7th for my PS5 Pro.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait next year for us to get Death Stranding 2. I can't wait for Wolverine.
Ghost of
Yote. I can't.
That's when I'm getting my.
It's gonna be so many games next year. It's crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be honest.
And the Microsoft news is gonna get even crazier next year. What?
Oh yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna buy Diablo. I got Diablo on PC. I'm gonna buy it on PS5 because I want to play it on my Pro. Plus, I want the achievements. I want the trophies. So there's going to be a lot of things, man. The October the 10th is when the retailers are going live. So you can go to GameStop, you can go to Best Buy, Amazon, all those places, and get your PS5 Pro.
You think PlayStation's going to have another show before the Game Awards?
It may be. I mean, there may be.
We still don't know many dates. Like, we don't know. Like, yeah, we knew Astro, but we don't know what's next. Like, what's the next game coming out?
Sony always throws Jeff Keighley a bone. They always it was Death Stranding 2.
Well, they'll probably have gameplay of Yeyote there. You figure probably
that a release date for Death Stranding 2.
Maybe a release date for Yeyote, because that'll be like 4 months.
Yeah, it could be a Wolverine trailer. It could be.
Yeah, it could show Wolverine again.
Yeah.
Now, Death Stranding will definitely be there. We know that because that's coming out next year. That's within a year coming out. So yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of that.
And then don't forget, we still got GTA 6. I think they're we should be getting close to see a new trailer from them.
I'll bet the Game Awards. You know what I mean?
I want to see it saying running on the PS5 Pro.
Damn.
That's what I want.
Oh yeah, that'll be in a month. We'll start seeing the Pro shit.
I'm not gonna lie. Them showing the trailer and it saying running on the PS5 Pro, that would do more to sell PlayStation 5 Pros than pretty much anything.
Yeah, I saw somebody talking about the Series X guys might buy Pros too, because when they see that, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you know what I mean? If they know their games are going to be over there anyway.
The Series X can't even keep up with the PS5, right? Let alone the PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
It still boggles my mind how the PS5 was able to outdo the Xbox Series X.
And didn't they brag about AI and machine learning whenever they were talking about the X?
Yep, it was full RDNA 2. It was full RDNA 2.
I don't know. That's pretty funny that PS5 Pro is gonna have machine learning and all that AI shit before, you know.
And from what I'm hearing from Digital Foundry and these developers, there's this pisser technology is getting better by the day. Like each day, the developer learns more and more what they can do. They're pushing that envelope. So, look, guys, the goal is to make the game take the native resolution and make it as low as possible, and use the pisser technology to upscale it. So all of the heavy work is not on the GPU or the CPU, and so it frees it up to do other things. You know, basically like DLSS. But I see there's a lot of misconceptions out there and a lot of people that's just shitting on it. I'm like, wait. You guys were happy and you're giddy for all the stuff you get with NVIDIA, but when Sony comes out with its proprietary stuff doing the exact same thing on console, it's a problem. Oh, but the native resolution is 840p. Well, have you ever had a goddamn NVIDIA video card? Have you ever used DLSS on it? Have you ever used balanced performance modes, quality modes? That resolution is a native. But I think they know. It's just there's a lot of guys don't want to admit that consoles are at that point where it's a lot more feasible than a PC. That's just what it is.
That's why them PC guys are acting like that, because they're threatened.
Oh yeah, man, they are.
Because you're getting, like they said, right now, if the PS5 Pro's out right now, the equivalent graphics card is a 4070. Yeah, that's fucking pretty goddamn good performance, you know.
Yeah.
And in a closed box like that, you get a lot better performance.
Yep, the efficiency. Now here's Gorilla One. He made a great point. He said they won't show GTA running on PS5 Pro because they'd be overselling it to the average consumer. And the average consumer is going to be a PS5 gamer or an Xbox Series S gamer, and that makes good sense.
But they might show it at a PlayStation show. You know what I mean? If they got the marketing and all that.
If Sony gets to advertise it and market and do all that stuff, they can do whatever they want.
But like the Game Awards, it'll just be regular, I can't wait to see what else. Because they've been doing these remasters.
4K? Yeah. What'd you say?
I can't wait to see what other remasters they're going to be doing too. But I don't get that how they bitch about they bitch about PSSR, but not they don't give you're not running native, you're running sub 1080.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the whole point.
That's the whole point of it, is to run it at lower resolution, but have it look native, so you can use all the processing power for other things, right?
Because I remember years ago they showed it. Yeah. NVIDIA showed it.
Yeah.
They showed 800p upscaled to 4K and a native 4K, and you cannot tell the fucking difference.
As a matter of fact, I still got the Digital Foundry video where
come on.
They said it actually looks better than native, and everybody was all like, holy shit, right? So, but all of a sudden,
because it'll process the noise and all that little bullshit out, because it's processing.
But now when consoles do it, it's like, oh man, that's trash. Hold on, let me get this. Chris Coleman made a great point. We knew about the PS5 Pro for over a year, but we have no information on the next Xbox hardware. I'm really curious as to why bots think new hardware will come soon. Xbox doesn't sell. Yeah, hardware doesn't sell, so why bother? That's my thing. Why? Why would they keep investing in some shit that is not going to sell? It makes no sense. That team. They got rid of the hardware team. The people responsible now are like the Surface team or whatever. The people who make the laptops. Jason Ronald is not making anything else, so
that whole team's gone.
Yeah, shit's crazy, man.
So who's doing it? It has to be the Surface people, which means it's a fucking mobile chip. It's ARM.
Or the rumor,
if they can get it to work, because this is the fourth time they try to get ARM on Windows, and every time it's fucking killed.
Well, don't forget, because the rumor had it was that the next Xbox will be licensed out, Microsoft won't even be making it. They'll just license out the Xbox brand and name. So you may get a Lenovo Xbox, you may get a MSI. Asus or MSI Xbox. I'm at that point. What's the point? Just get a fucking PC and call it a day. Like, why deal with that bullshit?
Yeah, because that's all it's going to be. It's just going to be just like a nut box or anything else. Yeah. It's going to be a PC.
And then the same people complaining about $699, all of a sudden, oh my God, this is great. My MSI Xbox cost me $900 and it has full RDNA 2.8 or whatever the fucking shit they be claiming, they be talking about.
Because think about how much money they save just on R&D alone.
Yeah, because they don't have to pay for anything. They don't have to do anything. But here's my thing. That's going to lead to a clusterfuck, because the sole purpose of a console is to have a closed box that's curated in a one spec set that developers can easily create for. If there's 5-6 different spec sets, it's going to become like a PC. You'll never get that efficiency. You'll never get that performance out of it.
It'll be no different than PC. They'll just port it. It'll be a low-end PC. That's exactly.
And it's always going to be constrained because of the power requirements.
And it'll always be the redheaded stepchild. Yep. It'll get the last shit. Like, it'll get the last of everything because nobody buys it. Just like now,
And I'll be honest, even if they did that, I think the PS5 Pro would still mop the floor with it.
Oh, yeah.
They just have better developers. Like, Mark Cerny is he's just that guy. They don't have that guy.
Do you think they'll try and push the gen back as far as they can then?
I'm gonna be honest. They got to 2030 before Satya closed up Xbox completely. but they got to 2026 to get those Game Pass
But
subscribers
you
up
don't
to
think
2060.
you don't think if they don't hit them numbers that Satya's just gonna close? Like,
I think he's.
you know what I mean? Yeah, they'll give
I
him till
think,
30, but I think it's gonna be closed quick.
Yeah, it's gonna be sooner than that. So
because think about it, they've already started.
Yeah.
Whenever they rebranded Game Pass over a year ago, they removed console from or Xbox from it. They've been slowly but surely removing the Xbox name.
No, I agree. They don't even advertise. Like, they went to Japan, they didn't advertise Xbox at all. They talked about the Amazon Fire Stick. The way that they just did the 343, how they rebranded, changed the name, I think they need to do that with Xbox. I think just the Xbox name is just so tainted. They may need to.
Yeah, it'll just be Microsoft Studios. Yeah. Everything will be under Microsoft. That's all it'll be.
Yeah.
And like, hey, think about it. Why would you rebrand 343 after they fucked up every Halo game they've ever touched?
Yeah.
Think about that. Now, how many times have you ever seen a dev team fuck up like that? And all they do is fire some people and fucking rebrand it then. You know what I mean? That doesn't happen. So they're probably going multi-platform. That's why they renamed it to Halo, because then it can be their the Halo name, and they can make any kind of game they want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree. Man, it's just
because they're gonna have to do something. If they just try another 5v5 arena, that's dead out of the water.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'll be honest. I think I'm seeing a lot of Xbox guys go to PC because I'm gonna be honest. They all claim that they own PS5s, but they never play on it, and they always hate on it. And they claim that there's no games, but in this year there's just so many games. So it's like they bought it for cover, just to be able to talk about and say that Xbox
so they can talk shit.
Yeah, so they can talk shit, so people won't call them out. But that's a
because then they say, "Oh, I go to PS5." Well, you don't do nothing with it, so what?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Then it's a paperweight.
Let me ask you this. What if they just make the Series S and the X just the last consoles and say, hey, listen, you guys can play all your games on it. We have, you can stream all the new games that the hardware can't run in the future. You'll just be able to stream them. Or you can buy you a PC or, like...
Yeah, definitely, because you're going to be able to take your library with you. Just move the PC and you have all your shit.
Yeah, I think that's an easy way to go.
That's why a lot of them don't want to end it, because they have their library.
But listen, you have 20 years of library, but how often do you go back and play those fucking old ass games? Right? Probably you don't.
Yeah, that's why PlayStation didn't do backwards compatibility, because less than 2% of people actually do it. So they're like, we're not going to do it whenever nobody uses it.
Yeah. Well, I do want to see with the pisser technology, I do want to see how the older games, how it'll work on the older games.
Yeah, how much better they perform and shit, yeah.
It has a bigger GPU, so it's going to run better just off of the power alone. But with the PSSR technology, having that look much better. Brian Cutler says Sony should acquire Ubisoft. I don't think so.
No.
Leave that shit alone. That's a mess. It's a mess, man. They're sitting just like everybody else. Everybody's sitting on all these fucking IPs, but nobody wants to make shit.
The whole management needs fired. That CEO, that whole family, they need removed.
We should have been got another Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. We should have got another.
And did you hear what they said?
What?
Fucking. Okay, so Shadows supposed to come out February or whatever, and then whatever is supposed to come out next year.
Yeah.
They're talking like the Black Flag remake might be coming sooner than what people think
I
or
heard
whatever.
that. I heard that.
They said 10 Assassin's Creed games after that.
See, but
they didn't learn shit.
They're sitting on all of these fucking IPs, man. All of the Tom Clancy games. Everybody's asking for a fucking what's that assassin game? The Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell. Everybody's asking for a Splinter Cell. Everybody's asking for
that. Would do good now because there is no games like that.
Yep. Listen, give us another Ghost Recon game.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's different enough from Splinter Cell that Splinter Cell could be your sneaking, and then your, you know what I mean? That could be like your regular shooter. But they did try that with that Breakpoint shit, but they half-assed it. You know what I mean? They're still trying to chase that.
Yeah, there was
that
a
money.
lot to go there. Here's the thing: not every game has to be a live service game. Not everyone has to be a multiplayer, or it could in some aspects. I don't know, and I get it. They just want the money. When you're chasing the money, man, it's just, I don't know. I don't get it. Brian Cullen said he wanted another Watch Dogs. Listen, my daughter, she loved Watch Dogs games. She loved those games.
I liked the first one.
Yeah. Miley said, J-Dub, do you think because of COD going to Game Pass that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero was above COD on the pre-orders on PS5? That could be so, but you got to realize PlayStation is the home of fighters now, right? It just is. It's the home of fighters. Sony owns Evo. They're going to market the hell out of all of the fighters. It's just a home to it. I think with the whole COD thing, I think it's going to sell a lot on PlayStation. But, you know, PlayStation crowd is a lot different than other crowds. You know, Xbox was built off of the back of a shooter. So that's why it'll always be, we call the shooter box. PlayStation, right, was built on the back of fucking Gran Turismo, right? So therefore it will always...
In a single player game.
That will always be, yeah, in all those single player games. That will always be that, it's just built on that. Sony was not built on the whole multiplayer. I mean, PlayStation was not built on the whole multiplayer experience. This is why I think they said like 60%
now they're trying to dip their toe in there.
Yeah, they're trying to do that because it brings a lot of money for those people that are in there. But I'm just saying that it's a fundamental difference.
Yeah.
You know, Nintendo.
Now
Even Nintendo, right? Even Nintendo is known for GoldenEye. It's known for the shooter. PlayStation never really had a shooter like that. You know, I'm talking about like PlayStation 1 and 2 days, not the Killzone and shit like that.
Did you see what that writer said from Starfield? That they can't live up to expectations for Elder Scrolls 6. They're already trying to make excuses.
Yeah. I think
that's going to be a fucking disaster, man.
It was overhyped. There's nothing that studio can do to change anything, right? They need to just move on.
Well,
here's
my problem. When that guy said that they didn't have a design document, you know, so everybody can look at and know what the fuck's going on, they're lost, because when you're making an RPG, there's a formula to that to get, you know what I mean? There's an actual formula that you can follow that they did in Skyrim. That's why Skyrim's so good. And Fallout 4 even. There's, you know, some bugs and shit to it, but, you know, every couple minutes there's something new to find. You know, that's it's there for a reason, and it works. Yeah. It's just they did it too big with Starfield, and if they'd have made it a couple planets, it'd have probably been awesome. But yeah, they're trying to take the easy way with, you know, generated content, and all they do is you can do it, but you got to have enough of variety of it so you don't have, you don't go to the same place over and over, and it's the same enemies in the same spot and all that shit.
Yeah.
The only one I've seen that figured out generated content like that is for No Man's Sky. That's the only game I've ever seen where they've like mastered that AI generated content like that, for doing that. And there's a lot of variety, and now they're doing even more for this next game and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man. Well, I'll tell you
they need a new engine too.
Well, I'll tell you what. The people who are not lacking for engines is goddamn Sony. They got Decima engine. They got that Naughty Dog engine. I forgot what they call that shit. I mean, their Insomniac's engine. All that shit is fucking top notch.
And Kojima uses Decima.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That goes, and he makes that fucker look amazing.
Yeah. It's like that. And see, here's the thing. I'm glad, like, some of these studios that they say all our games going forward is going to be on the Unreal Engine. I'm glad Sony is still doing their own proprietary stuff, because then they can control stuff. They don't have to worry about their games being fucking all buggy and janky and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they can go in the code and fix them if they're...
Well, and their developers are going to be, more than likely their developers are going to stay there, because it's a talent I have to work on this particular engine, and this is exclusive to PlayStation. Like, they can't take that and go over to another company. We know that Microsoft don't care about retaining developers, right? Every 18 months, they let them go. That's tend to be the problem. So, let me ask you this, Heath. Did you buy are you going to get the PS5 Pro?
Not till next year when Ghost of Yeote comes out.
Okay, you're going to wait, yeah. Because, I mean, the PS5 still runs fucking fantastic, right? So it's not like everyone has to have it. It's for people that want, again, the advanced ray tracing and
now, if that was coming out in 2 months, I'd be trying to get it, but it's not. Well, I don't really
a lot of
care
people
right now.
Took advantage of GameStop giving them like $400 to $450 for their PlayStation.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was, but I think Friday is the Friday the 10th. Well, today is Thursday.
Yeah.
So I got one pre-ordered. I'm gonna get another one just in case. One of them gets canceled or some shit like that. I don't want to be that guy.
Plus, PlayStation's been like controlling the flow with that direct shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And keep in mind, like, you can go to GameStop and some of these, after the Pro comes out, the Slims are gonna be a little bit cheaper. Matter of fact, right now, they just dropped the price by $50. So for $399, you can get a digital. So
that's not bad.
Yeah. 30 days, man. 30 days.
Yeah, and if you get the digital one, the plates work with the Pro. Mm-hmm. And if you get a disk drive eventually, that'll work too.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit earlier. I talked about Jez Corden. His batting average is extremely low now because he tends to be more wrong than he is right these days. Digital Foundry spoke on the Unreal Engine 5, said it'll be easier to port the games to PlayStation. Tom Warren predicted Halo coming to PlayStation 5 last year. Even Post Up acknowledging that Halo is going to be multi-platform. So those are just the topics I want to talk about. I mean, that's big news, right? That's equivalent to saying God of War is coming to Xbox or some shit like that. So that's why we had to talk about it. Heath, did you have anything?
That's wild.
Did you have anything else that you want to talk about? Z, he's sick right now. He got freaking caught COVID again. So,
Damn.
yeah, he's been throwing up and stuff lately. So y'all wish him well and a speedy recovery, and so we can get back to these shows.
Yeah, my mom, it took her over a month to get over that shit. She had COVID and the flu. She didn't feel right for over a month.
Yeah, especially for people that have other ailments and stuff like asthma and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I do want to send a special shout out to all you folks in Florida. Listen, I'm praying for you guys. If you can, if you have the opportunity and the means, please leave. It's better to just leave and not need it than to be there and shit really hit the fan. Trust me, as someone who's been in one, and I remember way back in the day when Hurricane Andrew to Florida up, right? And us in Texas, we're just getting over Burrow. Hurricane Burrow just came through and kind of damaged a lot of stuff. So I'm just saying, if you have the means to get out, and if not, then try to go to a police station or try to go somewhere where there's some kind of safety. You want to be around somebody who has access to resources. You don't want to be stuck on somebody's roof. You don't want your house blown away while you're trying to be in there and be stubborn. Get all your parents and all the old folks and your animals and stuff to safety, and But I'm praying for you guys and wish you well. Hopefully this thing dies out before it gets there, or hopefully it shifts to the right and go over into the Atlantic. You guys just had a hurricane, so man, it's crazy. PlayStation Gamer 23, what's good? Heath, did you see some more news about the 5090 and the 5080 RTX cards?
No, what's that?
Well, it kind of some more specs came out. Digital Foundry kind of talked about it.
The actual spec.
Yeah, and the 5080, it looks like that, in the 5080 and the 5090 is going to be like the gap between those two cards is going to be huge.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So that price though, that price is probably going to put that 5090 out of reach for most people. Well, not even most people, but most of the 1%. Because there's only a handful of people that have the 4090s anyway, so most people go for
because doesn't the 5080 have like less RAM or some shit?
Well, it only has 16 gigs of RAM, so you would think, since the performance of a 5080 is on par of a 4090, you would think it'll have more RAM. But I think they say that it's going to be 16 RAM, and maybe down the line they'll bump that RAM up to it'll be like a super card, like a 5080 Super, that will probably have like 24 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, because they're waiting for the Samsung 3 GB chips. What's
supposed to be GDDR7, from what I hear.
Yeah, but they said they had like 2 and 3 GB modules.
Oh, I see.
They have the 2s now, but the 3's not yet, so that's why they're waiting for the 20. The 24 will come later.
That makes sense. But it really boils down to cost. There's going to be a lot of people.
Yeah, it ain't going to be cheap.
Yeah, a lot of people just going to go ahead and get a 4080, and some going to get a 4090 at a cheaper price and just hang with that. But if you look at the CUDA core counts and stuff like that, I mean, the 5090 is huge. The problem is, and I'm gonna be honest, as someone with a 4090, there aren't any games that really, outside of just doing the benchmarking for Cyberpunk and shit like that, there's just really no games that really just take advantage of it. So you're sitting there for years. I really get no enjoyment. If I'm playing a game at 100 frames or 200 frames, it's the same to me. My enjoyment.
Those cards are more for professionals, really.
We know what they're for, but gamers are going to do what they do with them.
Oh yeah, they're going to flaunt.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, I am more excited to see what this PS5 Pro can do in 8K. There's a couple of 8K games, Gran Turismo 7, F1 2024, The Crew. There's quite a few 8K games on the PS5 Pro. So I can't wait to hook that to my 8K TV and see how it looks. So
yeah, that's gonna be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all, thanks for rocking out with me today. We're almost at 2 hours in. I'm finna go ahead and get out of here. I'm exhausted. But I did want to put up a stream, talk about Halo, talk about what's going on with the PS5 Pro. Are you guys going to pre-order or not? The pre-orders went online about a week and a half ago. Now the actual pre-orders for all the retailers and stuff, the bulk of where people are going to buy, you'll be able to pick it up Thursday. You'll be able to buy it on Thursday. So I can't wait, man. I'm being honest. There's a lot of games going to take advantage. Madden, NCAA 25 going to take advantage of it. So I think that's going to be higher resolution, ray tracing, and stuff like that. That's what I'm looking forward to. The existing games I have, as well as the new games that are coming out. We know Wolverine. We know Death Stranding 2. We know Ghost of Yote. We know all of that stuff is going to take full advantage of the PS5 Pro. So I can't wait. Then, hey, we got Switch 2 coming next year. Nintendo and PlayStation eating good. I just, Sam Walter said, I got my Pro pre-order. Big facts, brother. As you should. As you should. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to play the game, see the difference between them. But anyway, man, I'm going to check y'all out later. Y'all take it easy. I'll see y'all on Twitter. Depending on Z, we may go live tomorrow. You just never know. For sure, we'll be on doing Portal Rock 60 frame. I'll be on Portal Rock 60 frame, no lag. And I'll check with Heath and them and see if they're not doing anything. If who knows? We get more people. We might do a show again. Anyway, y'all take it easy, man.